I talk about this a lot, but it is absolutely mind-blowing how much TV you can get for... How does this open? Come on! What is going on? Get off! What is it stuck on? Okay. Now I have talked about this before, how much TV you can get for shockingly small amounts of money these days. This is the Vizio M Series Quantum 65-inch, a TV that only costs a couple $100 more than an Xbox Series X, and yet has the vast majority of the features that any gamer would care about. It's got HDR with luminance up to 600 nits. It's got 4K 60 Hz support. It's got Dolby Vision, and it's even got support for HDMI 2.1 features like eARC and variable refresh rate. So Vizio sponsored this video where we're gonna be hooking it up to an Xbox Series X and checking it out. It's actually shockingly light for a TV that has full array local dimming. It's got 30 zones in there. Hold on, one sec. I'm a trained professional, please do not attempt at home. So we got HDMI 1 with eARC, got 3 more composite, 2 amp USB, so if you want to power your bias lighting or like a Chromecast dongle or something like that, you'd run it off there. Optical and wired Ethernet. Wall mounting supported, power in over here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Where's my stand at? Hello? Ow! I'm a trained professional. Pretty sure it's in here. Hey, there it is. There may have been an easier way to do that. Someone's got to put the first nick in this new floor. Oh yeah, how you guys like the new short circuit set? Look at that, we got the computer corner up in there, we got the TV corner over there. That's where we'll be doing this video. Look, conveniently they're keyed, so there's no way to put them in wrong. Ah! Heck yeah, brother. Nope, I'm good. And 1, 2, 3, oh, hey, whoa! Hey, look at that. It's almost like we designed the set for a 65-inch TV to go here. It's perfect. Oh, damn it. I'm 3 inches too short. That's what she said. That's okay, while we wait for an extension cable, we can open up this M Series 5.1 soundbar that we're going to be pairing with the TV. It's got support for Dolby Atmos. It's got a total of 9 speakers included between the soundbar, the subwoofer, and the 2 dedicated rear satellites. And I believe it actually also includes, that's interesting. So there's the wall mounting brackets. That's what I was expecting to find, as well as apparently an AMD backplate that someone must have accidentally tossed in here when they were putting it away from the last project we used this for. I know that not everyone's into the whole soundbar thing, but as someone who recently made the switch, I know, you know, the whole dedicated setup thing, dedicated amp and all that, it can sound better, even for the money. But there is something to be said for just put it there, put that thing there, and then like 2 cables later, you're done. Now, because this is a fairly basic soundbar, you don't have a whole array of inputs. Vizio does have higher end products that have got, you know, multiple inputs and like upward firing, rotating speakers and all that kind of stuff. But what's nice about this one is, at least unlike some others, you do get an HDMI input to replace the input on your TV that is consumed by eARC here. So we just got to do our power cable here, HDMI to the TV, and then we actually get another USB for powering, you know, again, some kind of accessory. Not a Chromecast though, I lied, because it actually has built-in Chromecast, haha. I mean, I guess you could just have another Chromecast. If you hook up these surround speakers, they go into the back of the subwoofer right here, and then you want to run those like under your carpet or wherever else to either a wall bracket, or you can get floor standing speaker stands if you're into that. Personally, I consider the rear channels to be somewhat optional. Not every type of content benefits in the same way that others do. I would say racing games are a great example of something where you're gonna want the rear channels, but not necessarily everything. That's clean. Isn't that clean? This is such a cool TV stand because it's like designed for next gen console ventilation, you know what I mean? Let's turn this baby on. There we go. Immediately we're greeted with all the usual suspects for apps: Netflix, Apple TV, Disney+, Prime Video, YouTube, Pluto, Plex, There we go. Tidal, Curiosity Stream. That's funny, I don't see Hulu in the list, but there's literally a Hulu button on the remote, so presumably that'll work? There we go. Of course, my focus for now is on gaming, because that's what we're focused on today. We're flipping into game mode. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the warm color temperature that a lot of game and film modes default to, so I'm gonna change that to normal. And then we're gonna go into advanced picture. Yep, all these kinds of black details, super resolution things, you want that off in gaming so you have the best possible input latency. Get my full array local dimming. This TV has 30 zones, so we're gonna have a look at how that looks for games. Things like text might have blooming around them with only 30 zones, but in game, I'm expecting that to actually look pretty decent. Let's give it a shot at least. Motion control. Yeah, we don't want any clear action, any interpolated frames or anything like that. Noise reduction, perfect. Oh, this all looks great. And then variable refresh rate on. There we go. Okay, that fixed that little bit of weirdness that we saw there in game HDR. Yep, okay. Looks like we're ready to rock. One thing to note though, guys, is we found the game menu on Vizio TVs is not necessarily accessible unless you are plugged into a gaming source. So now that we've got the Xbox configured, it pops up and we're able to make all those changes. All right, nice. Balls. Well, that's fine. The TV doesn't really need it right now. Man, given how affordable it is to add like just even a pretty basic or like mid-range soundbar to your TV, it is just horrible. Oh my God, 8.2 gigs? Are you kidding me? I would even say you should spend less on your TV and make sure you have something other than your TV's built-in speakers for 90+% of people. While we're waiting for the update is actually a perfect time to show you guys what I mean about the full array local dimming. Because we've got this just like smooth, very neutral gray here, you can see the extra brightness in this area of the screen right here. But when we fire up the game, I am expecting it to be far less noticeable. Even this splash screen, you'd have a much harder time pointing out where the backlight is brighter versus darker. I'll give it a sec. I changed settings, so it just needs a second. Well, that's slightly less normal. We got the purple screen figured out. We have enabled HDMI 2.1 mode, and now we are good to go. Let's play some Forza. Oh yeah, and while you guys weren't looking, we got the surround speakers hooked up too. This is an area where full array local dimming does show its strength when you've got something like black bars, because those will look quite a lot more black compared to if you didn't have it. I love how it shows you racing lines, and I'm just like, nah, forget it. Ah! Now the truth is, you're not gonna get the same kinds of dazzling brights and deep blacks as you might out of one of Vizio's other sets, one of the brighter ones with more local dimming zones or one of their OLEDs. But for like, you know, $1,000 by the time you include the surround sound setup, man, it's very hard to complain. That's great, once we've got the latest firmware and everything, HDR, variable refresh rate, everything's just working. Now, obviously, without support for 120 Hertz, you're not going to be able to run games at 120 FPS and get the absolute lowest input lag. But support for variable refresh rate and the fact that it's running at a nice smooth 60 Hertz means that it does feel very fluid.
Can we speak to the camera?
I'm playing video games, Andy. All right, you know what? I gotta go. That's it for this video. If you guys are looking for a TV with great vibrant colors, then you can't go wrong with one with quantum technology. And of course, you can learn more about this and Vizio's higher end models at their Quantum Color Month feature at the link in the video description. Don't forget to subscribe to Short Circuit for more videos unboxing the latest and greatest technologies. Oh no, this brain fighter thing just killed me. I'm dead. I hope you guys like the new set. I sure do.